Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is a quick little, not even a recap or not even a review. It's more of a like, these are shows that I'm watching that you may want to watch too, okay? But first things first, if you have not done so, girl, this gray patch, this whole gray patch, honey. Ooh. It made me choke. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. JayBird. Dun 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 dun. Okay, and all that goodness. You can also remember to like this video, to comment down below in the comment section to say if you would want to watch these shows. Just comment whatever. If there's other shows you may have seen that started this past week that you like that I may not have watched. Okay. Also, you can share this video on your own social medias. Hit the notification button just to let you know when I have new videos up. And you can follow me on IG and on Twitter. The link, not the link, but my name was up above my head. I also have a Teespring website where I sell hoodies and t-shirts and mugs. The link is in the description box below, so go ahead and hit that too. So, these are 4 shows that I watch that I don't think people are like really talking about a lot or whatever. So this is why I'm saying these 4 shows. And y'all know I did a whole little video about all the shows that were coming back, for the fall season. So these shows started last week. They're on CBS, and y'all know I said before that I do not watch CBS, but it's a show on CBS that I like. So CBS, and one was on ABC, and then one was also on, was it on Fox? Let me be sure that I'm saying the right shows. Okay. Yeah, so two was on CBS, one is on Fox, one is on ABC. I had to be sure that I got it all correct. Okay, so the first show, which is one that I did bring up before, is All Right. No, I did not mention All Right because I did not know what the show was about. However, I did watch All Right because somebody commented and mentioned like, why didn't you mention All Rise? And I was like, I just missed the show because I didn't think about it. But All Rise comes on CBS. Now, it stars Simone Missick, who was the black woman in the middle. Also, Wilson Bethel, who was next to her. Marge Helgenberger, who was the woman with the little... Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, these are the people. But, for the most part, I feel like Simone Missick is kind of the main-ish character. And it is about... Take this off. And it is... Well, I'll make a little... It is about a courtroom. It's about the judges, the bailiffs, the prosecuting, the defense, and all that. It's a whole court type show, but it's not like these. It's just different. And at first, I did not think I would like it, but I did. Okay, the first 5 or 10 or so minutes was very, very interesting. Okay, it was the main character, Simone, who plays Lola Carmichael. She's a prosecutor who has become a judge. Okay, so it's her transition to being a judge. Her assistant person is someone who she's had issues with before she was a judge. So it's real cute. And the first scene of this bailiff in the courtroom going crazy and like wanting to shoot everybody, it was just a really, really, really good thing. I like how the character for Lola Carmichael was black woman judge. Okay, whole new thing. I like the way she is on this show. Now, I feel like she's been in other stuff. I don't know what else. Oh, she was in Luke Cage. I knew she looked familiar. Okay, so can we please support this show? I like how the black bailiff is also studying to become a lawyer. I like how we have the attorney next to her. I want to say she's maybe like Mexican, Puerto Rican-ish. I don't know how to say what it is, but I like her newness in things. It's the newness to her that I like. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really cute. Then also we have the stenographer who's also into things. I think she likes him. Okay. And then she's a forever judge. She's been a judge for a while. And then she is like the assistant to Lola Carmichael's character. But again, if you have not watched All Rise is good. Again, episode 1. I liked a show that can hold my interest in episode 1 of a new series is usually something I give my time to. When episode 1 did catch me, it was cool. So again, if you have not caught All Rise, it comes on CBS. I can't remember what day it comes on or the time, but check your local listings to see when All Rise on CBS comes on. The next show that I watch episode one of that I like is Emergence. Okay, so Emergence is on is it on ABC? Yeah, Emergence is on ABC. And at first, when previewing the little the well, yeah, the preview of the first episode, like the trailer of it, you was like, what is it really about or whatever. Watching episode one, at first it was a little bit slow, but then I kind of liked it, and it's this whole mystery type thing, and I have no clue as to what's going on so far. It's about the main character, Allison Tolman, who was in the woman in the gray jacket, and the little girl she's has her hands on is played by Alexa Swinton apparently was in some kind of car plane crash, but she can't remember anything and she doesn't know what happened and stuff. And so, Allison's character is a cop who kind of protects the little girl because they don't know what to do with her just yet. Donald Faison plays her ex-husband. That's their daughter next to her, in the other jacket or whatever. Her father's behind her, and then we have the guy in the blue jean outfit behind Donald Faison is a reporter, and then the other black guy, behind her dad, he's one of the cops or whatever. So the show has enough that I'm intrigued to find out what's happening. It's like the lights keep going off, things we shake. It's some kind of, type of uh, extraterrestrial, government facility type thing. I'm not sure, but it caught my interest, and the fact that Donald Faison's character and Alison Tolman character are divorced, but there's a chemistry between them two. So you can tell like they didn't break up for the all the right reasons, but they still have each other's back in this scene. I like how when she called upon him to do something, he helped her because again it's his daughter too. So I like the show. And then the little girl, there's a weirdness about her that makes me trust her, but not trust her, but trust her. And then it was interesting. It reminds me of, the show Manifest. It reminds me of Lost. So that kind of thing to where you're intrigued to figure out what's going to happen next. You know what I'm saying? The scene where the little girl goes missing and then the car flips. I'm like, what, did the car crash? Who flipped the car? And how was she not scarred up? Because it's something about the little girl. So it's interesting to say the least. I'm intrigued enough to see what happens next. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the next episode is as intriguing as the first one was. And we shall see. So again, and I like to follow shows that has black actors in it. And I like Donald Faison. Even the other black guy played in something I can't remember what, but his voice, not his voice, his face looks familiar. I just don't know his name was Robert Bailey Jr. What else did he play in? I watched the show Night Shift. He was a doctor on Night Shift. And Night Shift was canceled. But yeah, he was in Night Shift. He was in the movie Caroline. He was in The Happening. He was in Dragonfly. Oh, so he was in stuff. So I knew he's from me. I know him from Night Shift. Anyway, so this is a show I think you should check out. Emergence comes on ABC. It's worth checking out. Okay, and again, these are shows that I don't think people are really like. We know Mixed is a great show. Mixed-ish is a new show, but people are talking about that show. These are shows that I don't feel like people are really talking about, but I, checked out episode one and I liked it. Now, next up, we have I didn't even bring up this show either on my reviews of all the shows coming out this season, or if I did, I can't remember what it was. The only reason I even realized this show was because I seen like a quick advertisement for it somewhere, and I saw what's his name? The guy who played Luke Cage. Who played Luke Cage? What's his name? Michael Coulter. I seen Michael Coulter. I'm like, is that Luke Cage? Okay, let me see what this is about. So this show, okay, hold on now. It's called Evil. Now, y'all know me. I don't like anything scary, spooky, evil, spirit is demonic. I don't really like that kind of stuff. And because that show Lucifer, I didn't want to watch. I did not watch Lucifer, but turns out it really wasn't a bad show. But I still don't watch it. But this show, I'm looking like, oh, evil. No, I don't want to watch. No, it's demon. No. But I'm like, oh, Mike. cultures in it. So let me see episode 1 to see what it's about. Now, the main character girl, her name was, I don't know, it's Katja Zakacha Herbers. I'm not sure. The one white man on one side is called Michael Emerson, and the other guy on the other side is Asif Mandavi. It's Aasif. Last name is Madvi. I can't pronounce it or whatever. So she plays like a therapist, psychotherapist who works with prosecutions to say if people are, sane or not to stand trial. Whereas Mike Coulter, he is like a priest type person, or he deals with like exorcisms or whatever. So he also tries to see if a person is possessed, okay, if he's possessed or if they're just crazy. So we see in the premiere episode how she's working for the prosecution about this guy who killed all these people or whatever, and they're trying to see, she says, well, no, I think he's just he's just crazy. Whereas Mike Coulter's character comes in and he says, well, no, I think his wife says that he is possessed. Like, I think he's possessed or whatever. So they're trying to figure this out. So the show was really about them two working together. Eventually, that's what it comes to. Them two working together to see if people are really crazy people or if they're possessed. Now, the show almost lost me because there's a scene in episode 1 where there is like this demon person, like literally talking to her, like just having the whole conversation. And I'm like, y'all know I'm not weary, but I try my best to not let any weird spiritsy type things into my spirit. And so I didn't watch it. When I seen a dark figure and I said, that looks like a demon, I'm gonna look on my phone and just listen to what's being said. I can't, I'm not doing that. And I got past that, and it was good to see in the first episode how they came to the conclusion that the prisoner was one thing or the other. And it was intriguing enough for me to, okay, the story is less about the evilness of that versus them telling the difference if a person, really is possessed or no. You know what I'm saying? It was good. And then even this guy, he's up to something. He's evil. And not, he's just, a bad person or whatever. And then the guy on the end, he's like a Ghostbuster. They say, oh, I heard a noise. It sounded like it was a gargle coming from the kitchen, and it must have been someone demonic. And he's like, no, your garbage disposal is broken. I fixed it. So he's that guy. But it's an intriguing show. I'm going to give episode 2 a look. I did not set my DVR for the show, even though I want to support my culture since they did cancel Luke Cage. I set my DVR for episode 2 to see, because if they have any other, demonic type stuff, visions, and that, I won't be able to watch it. But I like how it was a bit of that. And come to find out, what she was seeing was something, I won't give it away, but whatever. But you know what I'm saying? It was a good read. So if you have not watched episode 1, try watching episode 1. Good acting, you know what I'm saying? She has like 4 daughters, a husband who's like climbing Mount Everest or whatever, so she has her whole storyline or whatever. So does Mike Coulter's character, but it sounds intriguing, and I want to see where it goes. And because it's on, is because it's on CBS. It's because it's on CBS. I'm just hoping, because that's like regular television, they won't be allowed to do too much evil stuff. Okay. So again, Evil, CBS. I can't think of what day it comes on, but I liked it. And again, it was only episode 1 that I checked out, and it was kind of cool. So next up, this show I wanted to watch since I've seen that it was coming out. Mainly because it's Jesus is in it. Prodigal Son. Okay, and it stars Tom Payne and Michael Sheen. And every time I hear a Sheen name, I assume is Charlie Sheen, was not. So as y'all know, Tom Payne played Jesus on The Walking Dead, and I was so sad when Jesus's character was killed on the show. I was like, no, not Jesus. Okay, but he's cut his hair, and now he's on this show, and he plays Michael Sheen's son. And Michael Sheen's character is a psychopath. Okay, he went and killed all these people, and so he's in prison. And his son is who turned him in. And his son turned him in as a child. When he was like maybe 10 or whatever. So now that he's an adult, he's still dealing with the things he saw his father do and the things he knew of his father as when he was a kid. And now he's an adult dealing with being the son of a legendary psychopath. Who people know of him and all this stuff. Now his mom is played by Bellamy Young. Y'all know Bellamy Young played Millie on, she played Millie Grant on Scandal. And I like her. I like her character on here. He also has a sister who on here is a reporter, and he's like a FBI investigator, cop investigator person. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good show. It's very intriguing. I'll say that. You think you know things, but you don't know things. And I'm looking like, did the daddy set something up for the son? You know what I'm saying? Because again, the father is in jail. And so their only communications when he goes to visit his father to talk to him or whatever. And they haven't talked in 10 years. They haven't talked in 10 years, but he has to go back and talk to his dad because this case, that has come up. It's a good show. Again, episode 1 was really, really good. I really did like it. I was surprised as to how much I liked the show simply because I'm trying to get my thing. Simply because you never, it's just good. The son, his torturedness of being the kid of a crazy person and, having to kind of change his name to kind of disassociate himself from his father, but having to go back and talk to his father. You can see his mom is kind of manipulative a little bit, and how she does not want him to be at all, dealing with the daddy or whatever, and not get involved in cases that could be linked to the daddy. Like, it's really good. I really did like the show. What other show did I watch that was, I want to be sure that I give y'all all the shows that I was like, I don't know. So that's the last picture of a show that I have. I did watch Mix-ish. I liked it. I did like it. However, I feel like it's missing something and I don't know what yet. Um, Yeah, I don't know what yet. And it's just weird because, oh no, not this button. It's weird because Blackish and Grownish is very, very good. Both of those shows are really, really good shows. However, I feel like, I don't want movies, I want cheap fall previews. Okay. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but it's just missing something. I don't know if it was because it was episode 1, like the pilot. They had to kind of explain too much stuff. I didn't, I was like, eh. I mean, my DVR set for it. The only show my DVR is not set for is Evil. Excuse me, but my DVR set for the other shows because they're that good. But if you haven't checked out Mix-ish, check it out and then let me know how you feel about it. Because I was kind of torn between the two. I also watched Stumptown. Stumptown, which has Michael Ealy in it. I watched episode 1. I think I may have been sleepy when I watched it because it didn't really hold my interest too much. It was good, but it was a lot going on. The female character is a badass, and I love that. So I am going to give it another look for episode 2 because I do feel like the day it came, like when I was watching it, I was just either sleepy or I was doing other things, and I just wasn't really focused on it. But I do know enough that I want to watch episode 2 to give it a, because I'm like, I don't think it was horrible. I really, really don't. So we shall see. I also checked out the show called Sunnyside. Now, Sunnyside stars, is it Cal Penn? I don't know what the guy's name is. But he was in Harold and Kumar Goes to White Castle, okay? He was not the Asian one or the other one, okay? And he is like a disgraced councilman who was like down on his luck. And so some people who want to become U.S. citizens hire him to help them like pass the test to be citizens or whatever. My DVR isn't set for it at all, but if I'm bored and if nothing else is on, I will watch it. I just can't get Harold and Kumar goes by Castle out my mind when I see him play on certain stuff, and that's what it gives me a little bit. And I'm like, I don't know if I like it enough to give it either. Oh, I'm gonna watch it every day. I'm not gonna watch it every week. I'm not. Again, when I'm bored and nothing else is on, I go to my on demand. And I say, oh well, let me see the last 3 episodes of Sunnyside, and it comes on what channel is this? NBC. So we shall see. I think that's it. Of the shows, the new shows that at least came on this week that I actually watched, in my opinion, on them. I also watched the what's this called? I watched Untold Stories of Hip Hop with Angie Martinez, and she talked with Snoop and she talked to Cardi B. I like this. I like the way they're just telling old stories that people don't really know. Now, Cardi B, I wish they would have not focused on her and Offset too much, because I'm like, that's, whatever. But I like how they focus on where she came from and how it wasn't just her words. They also talked to Joe Budden and Fat Joe, who knew of the strip club that she worked at back in the day, Sue's or whatever. And they brought up how tough of a strip club that was to work at. So for her to come from that and to get to where she like out of all the girls in that club, if you would have said which which stripper in here was gonna become, Cardi B, it would not have been Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't. I love how Cardi B brought up how she got her boobs and her butt done because they told her she had to. Because she just felt like, she couldn't make it without it. You know what I'm saying? To me, that just brings up the notion that some women are being told they're not good enough, and they have to, they have to alter their bodies to fully appreciate it. Now, even though luckily, her body looks great now, but some, may not be so lucky. So that was great. I love the stories that Snoop told. Snoop, East Coast, West Coast rivalry time, with Snoop and Pac and Biggie and Suge and Puff. I was I was a freshman in high school at that time. So I vividly remember, the actual issues that was going on back then. So it was amazing to hear these couple of stories from Snoop. So I can't wait to see the rest of the series. I like it. I do. And I hope they're going to have, good guests. Okay. I don't want no little bullshitty type guests on here. I know next week they say they're going to have Ja Rule, Fat Joe, and Latifah. I think that's amazing. Honestly. And then after that, DJ Khaled and Ice Cube. So again, it looks like they're having really, really great people on the show, and that I can appreciate. The other thing I would mention about WeTV, I am not reviewing Growing Up Hip Hop New York. The show just irks my nerves. I post stuff on Twitter. I post stuff on IG, like my comments or whatever. I was reviewing the show, but it didn't garner enough views, and two, WeTV flagged both videos because I use still shots of the cast as copyright infringement. I'm looking like I ain't got time. The show ain't worth me doing all of that, okay, at all. So I'm not doing that show at all. So if you want my content or my comments on that show, you have to follow me on IG and on Twitter. Other than that, that's about it. So those are the shows that came out that I thought about I wanted to comment on. So thanks for watching. Okay, do not forget to like, to comment, to subscribe, all that stuff, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.